There we go.
Okay,
So
so
now
we're
we're just
on.
waiting
Now we're,
on Lindsay.
yeah. There she is.
Okay.
Ah, gotta love this new way of doing it, right?
What a pain.
I know.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, next one.
Rent a dress, or what is it called?
Rent the
Rent the
runway.
Rent the runway.
Okay, let's see here.
Pretty cool concept.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of like what Jake said. It's like, I probably would never use it, but it's a cool
I mean,
concept.
I'm pretty sure I don't look good in a dress, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, I looked at the poll really quick. On this one, we
Okay.
don't have to put our opinion or anything. It's just going to be the other ones. Rate how each of us did, rate ourselves, and then that we attended
Okay,
with the Google link. So
perfect.
Oh, easy. Well, you guys did
Um,
great.
You guys did too. All right, so let's get this thing going.
That's too loud. Can you hear that?
No,
Great. I have
Yeah.
people watching a giant thing, so let me know.
You're good. Okay, so the first question is create a timeline of actions undertaken by Rent the Runway co-founders. Do you agree with the decision to pursue each action? Which actions were important in validating the business model?
Mm. Can we talk about the negative? The one main negative one that stuck out to me, I mean, maybe we're not supposed to talk about the negative aspect, but was when they went with that firm in Canada. I was like, what a waste of time and money.
Seriously.
You know, it's like that whole Ponzi scheme thing. Like, my friend of a friend made a lot of money on this. You should invest. And it's like, no. You need to, like, make sure you know where your money's going, especially in the early stages.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely that was my one negative thing that I took out of it. I just don't know why they did that. I mean, business-wise, I mean, I wouldn't make that business decision, so.
Yeah, not at all. But I thought otherwise it was pretty good. I thought it was really smart how they went to the designers and they went to the source. They didn't do like a kind of a background, kind of thing. So they were respecting their business, the designer's business, as well as trying to create their own business. And I think that helps you gain some credibility within your own business.
Right.
they took a year to set it up, which for a business is not a lot of time to set up. But they ran the mock trials. They did everything they were supposed to. And let's see. And then in November of 2009, they launched that beta version, and everything took off from there.
Yeah.
They finally got employees, and then after a little bit, they had the showrooms, and from the up and up. So yeah, the real decision, I think, was to decide to expand or stay local or small.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, I mean, when reading this, if putting myself in their shoes, I wouldn't have sold to Canada. I wouldn't have done it so quickly. I probably would have done a couple more tests, a couple more beta tests and gone from there. But I mean, you can't complain when it just took off like it did. So
Yeah.
would you have sold to Canada at a later time if everything boomed, or not at all?
I don't think I would have. I mean, like, personally, then again, I don't know the fashion industry at all or anything like that. But I just don't see Canada as a,
Profitable expense.
Exactly. Like, I probably would have kept it and just kept it within, the United States and within, try and find companies or anything within like New York or something like that, like where the fashion industry really is booming, and not Canada. I mean, like it's just not first on my list as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Kept it in the major cities where you could even have, like how their first beta run, I thought that'd be a good idea if like in the long run they'd have like pop-up places, where it's like they knew a huge event was coming, like to San Francisco or New York or something, and they had a warehouse where girls could come try on, rent, and do it locally. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Like that.
Absolutely. So, I guess I guess we kind of already answered it, but what would be some other suggestions, or if you were the co-founders, what actions would have you taken compared to them?
I don't know. I think the action maybe I would have taken would just try to expand it, with the more options of style, because they were getting a lot of people on their waiting list and things like that, and maybe not making it bigger, more quickly, or not more quickly. No, not quickly, or more quickly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job. Just the tech stuff, I think, was their main fallback point. And then also the, did I bring it with me? No. What was something? Sorry, I'm losing it off the top of my head. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I think something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jake.
Something that I wrote down or I tied down was, so their profits and return on investment, like you were saying, Lindsay, were really hard to come by because of the wait list.
Yeah.
But if they, and I don't know the right way they could have done this, but in essence, if they had up with somebody, or had gone to these other places, said, hey, will you donate this or take some shares in this, and then gotten the inventory, that would have put them in debt a little bit. That would have put them behind. But from that point on, the wait list is destroyed. They then could have gone with other booking ideas or advertising and marketing at that point, and then increased from there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, then that's basically what I pulled out of it, is that, obviously these people who started this company, they're fashion people. They're, that's their go-to, thing, but they're probably not the wisest at financing. They're probably not the wisest at technology. So, for me, what I would have done is kind of what you were saying, but I would have brought in someone that, okay, I need someone who knows
knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and knows finances. I need a tech guy in order to do it, in order to get rid of the wait list, in order to, go get, sell stock or whatever, whatever they were doing, raise funds. Because obviously, if you personally can't do it, you got to find someone who can. So that's what I would have done.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with all that.
Mm-hmm. I agree too. Let's see.
The other thing is I think, like you were saying, they have this great idea, but so like their finances weren't the greatest, and their operations aren't, I think, what they envision.
Yeah.
So they have the vision, but they don't know how to get there, is their problem.
Yeah.
I guess that's the shorter version of everything, but
yeah, I hear you. Okay, so yeah, I agree with that, Jake. Let's see. How many rentals are necessary to recover the cost of an average dress?
Oh, I didn't figure that math out.
I didn't
I
either.
don't know the math. I know that it talks about, sorry, I didn't do the math on this one, guys. Talked about how they did it at wholesale so that they could get it back quicker, but I didn't do the math on how many times in order to pay for the cost of it and then profit from it.
Right.
It'd be pretty quick, I would imagine, because, like, say a dress was $300, and then how much would they rent it out for, and then, the insurance, and it was kind of like the shipping was almost covered, the to and from, right?
Yeah.
Something out with UPS.
From what I got from it.
Yeah. So it seems like they'd get a return on profit pretty quickly. I don't know, maybe like, what would you think, like 5 or 6 times, or do you think more like 10 or so?
Well, I would say it just depends on the dress. I mean, like, you can go designer, and those dresses cost, $2,000 to $3,000, and then you can go middle class, which are like, $500, $300 to $500, and so it just depends on, I guess, what dress and what designer they choose.
Yeah.
will produce, but I think anywhere between 5 to 10, I believe, would, definitely get, even if it was a $2,000 dress, they're probably not doing it for, $30. They're probably doing it for $120. So they
Right.
bump up the price, and that equals out to about the same amount of dresses sold or anything like that.
I think something, and I don't remember reading it, and so correct me if I'm wrong, but would it make more sense to, let's say that they branched out all over the U.S., stayed locally, but throughout the U.S. to major cities more than anything. If they were based, I can't remember where they said they were based out of, but let's say New York. I mean, that's fashion city. If they were based out of New York, something to send within the general population of New York would be cheaper significantly in my mind than if they were going to ship it all the way to San Diego or Sacramento, California.
Totally.
Right.
So would they calculate that cost in helping them get the return on investment and the profiting of it to pay for the dresses? Or I think that's something that, like we were saying, they needed a finance guy to bring in, and that would have helped them quicker.
Or even a supply chain guy. I mean, like, you could find a company or a designer in New York to cover the East Coast. You could probably go to LA or San Francisco to find a designer there that would cover the West Coast.
Yeah.
And therefore you don't have to ship from New York to LA. You have your LA base that can ship to the West Coast. So, I mean, even bringing in a supply chain person would definitely help as well.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. Then it's like you could get things out and back more quickly and start creating even more revenue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Okay, last question for this one. As the case ends in January 2010, the co-founders are considering whether to A, stick with their original plan to pursue operational improvements in 2010 by raising capital, or accelerate fundraising in order to expand inventory. What would your decision be?
I would almost say increase inventory. It seems their operations are pretty good. I mean, there's a couple tweaks I think they need to work out, but I don't think it needs to take a whole year to work out. If they got more inventory and they could get more revenue and it start, building up more. But what do you guys think?
I think if they accelerated the fundraising, the same type of thing, then they could buy the inventory, and their revenue, their capital would raise in a lot quicker than if they did it the other way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Just like they're kind of, even though they're not a retail business, they are in that market where, people are buying dresses and buying clothes. And so if you're in a retail market, you need to buy inventory, and then your operations may be broken just slightly, but if you don't have inventory, then you don't really have anything to have operations for. So
Yeah.
If you don't have your inventory, you don't have your capital or return.
Exactly. And then they can use the profits they make from the inventory with a broken system to then, they have their inventory, they have their base, then they can build, start pulling in, and fixing, with the profits, fixing the operational problems that there are.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Pretty.
All right.
And pretty.
Yep. All right. Any other comments or anything?
I don't think so. That's
No, just will you re-email me those links? I haven't gotten it yet. So.
Okay. So let me try the first one while I have you guys on here, just to see if it works.
Yeah, to make sure we get it.
Yeah.
Because the other thing we can do, this is going to directly upload to your YouTube account, right, Austin?
So it links directly to my YouTube account, and then so I just basically have to provide you with the link to it.
Okay.
But now I have to.
I don't know if it still is since they changed it, but I think once you stop the call, Austin, in the bottom right corner will give you the link. Or is it different now since it's through YouTube?
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to stop the call, and then I'll send it via the Hangouts chat that we have.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.